I'm half as pretty as her. You're welcome. So, I started out today and I was like, okay, room full of important people come to see me, and I thought about like a few different things. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start off with this really cool joke, and then I was like, I'm a poet, so that's not gonna work. It did work. See, I tricked you. See that? Then I was like, I'm gonna come out with like this real elaborate thing, like smoke and mirrors, and I realized I was on a teacher budget, so I was like, this is probably as good as it's gonna get. So take a picture of that. You're welcome. And then I started really thinking about the why. Why do I do things, right? I am Timothy Moore. A lot of people know me as Urban Thoughts. I'm an educator, nationally recognized. I won a congressional certificate for education from the White House, signed by President Obama. He's welcome. I am a poet who has a lot of different awards and a lot of different things, and my bio is extensive. But the biggest thing on my award registry is kids, and I have two of them, Raven and Crystal, who are college students and doing amazing things. They played softball with me in middle school, and I got so emotional when I saw them, and it like changed the whole entrance of my whole little speech thing, because it made me realize like the work we do in the classroom extends so far out, and it made me think through why I do the work. So the question is like, what do I do, right? I blend instruction and curriculum with hip hop and poetry to go into classrooms and make English cool. So what I did was I figured out that it didn't matter whether we taught Shakespeare or Wale or Kendrick Lamar, because the concepts are the same. So why do I need to force feed you something that you're not interested in when I can feed you something that you want to be fed and get to the same end goal? And then I started thinking through a lot. So it was this weird dynamic of watching kids excel in my classroom and struggle with emotional space. This idea that we're only there to teach the kid and not to love the kid. It's this dynamic within education that tells us that we have to be robots to a system that says you can only teach this good, but you can't worry about if the kid is hungry. You can't give the kid $1 to eat. You have to go by a set guideline structure. I got frustrated with that system that saw brilliant kids being expelled and suspended on a daily basis. I came into contact out in California doing some ed reform work with a buzzword that everybody uses now called restorative justice. Everybody throws it around like it's candy. Restorative justice, and everybody gets really excited. It's kind of like Common Core or No Child Left Behind. We saw how all that worked. Some people get it. It's okay. Just Google it. Just Google it. You'll figure it out. But what I found was that there's a correlation between kindergarten and the 3rd grade that states that if you can't read, that it's 90% more likely that you end up in an incarcerated state. Which basically means we make money off of bodies failing. We already know how many prison beds we'll need before that kid even hits 4th grade. So restorative justice is built in the idea that we are not going to be punitive, but we're going to look holistically at the idea of what's behind that kid. So what did that mean for me? It was simple. I remember being broken past the times of being broken where pieces became puzzles. Holes and empty hearts became parts of other people's puzzles that I never understood how to construct or make. It was a game of you take a little and I'll take a lot. We'll meet in the middle, and it'll never be about equity. We'll call it equality, but you'll get more bricks to see if a fence is too high. See how that works? Equity and equality. Equity basically meaning I'm gonna give you what you need to succeed. Equality meaning I'm gonna give everybody the same. But if you got a whole lot and I ain't got a little, and you give me a little and you give them a little, where's the equality in that? That's equity. Equity is giving everybody the same thing that they need. So if I need to restore the whole, to restore the part, I'm gonna give you all of my heart. See, each day I go into the classroom, I look at the kids and they become mirror reflections of me. I look at them and I say, what do you need? That's where my punitive starts. What do you need? Why are you bellowing out in classrooms? Why are you cursing? Why are you upset? Why can't you learn 2 + 2? And sometimes the answer is simple as I'm hungry. Sometimes it's like one of my favorite students, James, who came to school after his brother got shot in the head with a shotgun. And we was asking him, why are you failing the test? He ripped the test up and threw it like confetti. He told us, my brother died. The principal suspended him anyway. I remember looking at James walking out and wondering if he'll be okay when he gets home. I remember thinking that sometimes the home that we send these kids to, like a young lady named Sarah, who came to school on a day that school was closed in the snow. And I was just there on Happy Chance doing a lesson plan, and I looked out the window and I saw her walking up the broken pavement. I asked her, why are you here? School isn't even in session right now. She said, it's warmer in the school than my house. That same student got suspended for 3 days for cutting the class because she wanted to eat twice at lunch. So my idea was simple. Create a space where love manifested through the schoolhouse. So I literally created space. Supporting peers, applying conscious energy. I want to support my peers. And by peers, I mean literally everybody inside of their classroom. The teachers, the janitors, the cafeteria workers, the students, everyone that needed a little support, a little love, or just a hello in the mornings. I wanted to make it an accountability session for application for us consciously deciding about the decisions that we make. So in restorative circles, we gather like family and we discuss our issues, we pass talking sticks, and we do all the things the book says. And we do a lot of stuff that the book doesn't. And then in the end, we exchange energy through an open mic. And literally, I have a lot of kids come in. It never fails, there's always at least 15% to 20% that says, I don't care and I don't want to be here. But by the time the energy is exchanged, I have a 100% rate of kids wanting to just be heard. That tells me that the restoration process is literally built within our own concepts of the energy that we give and take. Teachers and educators are really good at giving energy, telling young people where to be, how to be, and never really understanding that there are energy and human beings to give back. So within that concept, the open mic became a safe space, a haven of sorts for young people to come and express themselves however they wanted. What I didn't realize, that in that same process, it would become my same safe haven. So last week, we had a workshop, and we get silly sometimes, you know. LeBron has this thing called Taco Tuesdays, right? Like, Taco Tuesdays, you know. It's like, Taco Tuesday, you know. So I was like, workshop Wednesdays, you know. So what day is it? They're like, Wednesday. And I'm like, no, it's workshop Wednesday, you know. And we did this workshop, and I asked them, I was like, I want you to talk about make-believe, make a story, whatever, but I want you to write. And Mr. Moore, tell us a story about your best friend committing suicide. And I told him, I was like, for literally 20 years, I've been chasing a ghost. A guy named Willie Brown Jr. in Tuskegee, Alabama, committed suicide at 17. I've carried a trauma so deep and embedded into my DNA that it literally manifested me into going to get a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, going to MIT on a cohort initiative, and trying to figure out how to help other students that are filled with trauma that never get seen. Broken adults trying to teach other broken people how not to be broken. And I started to write. So I came up with a thing, and a lot of people don't like, here's this thing, and it's called make-believe. My favorite moments of childhood were pretending and making believe, pretending to be Spider-Man, hanging out furniture that became signs to skyscrapers, my mother yelling, boy, if you don't get your butt off, they got you. Me jumping, landing, and posing, yes ma'am. Even had a full costume with a Nerf gun, web shooters, and depending on the day or how much my brothers irritated me, they became either bank robbers to punish or citizens to save. I became really good at playing make-believe. In fact, as an adult, I still do. When people ask, how are you feeling? Most expect you to answer, I'm okay, even if you aren't. In the South, answering honestly leads to awkward conversations about praying the sadness away, or how many pills did you take? Like these knees and palms ain't got calluses from pressing these frustrations in between our shades and amens. I've taught myself to be quiet more than loud, rather than voice. That I'm one of the 300 million diagnosed with the mental illness, disorder, depression that I take every day into a classroom and swallow. And even still, it's difficult for me to name or give it name or space, or to admit that sometimes these tears just come like long lost friends that ain't got nothing better to do than to ask, are you okay again? Or worse, moments that you don't even realize that there are tears on your cheeks, or sadness that has no origin, or no explanation to parents who pray over you every night. It just is a black hole hovering over a black body, waiting for it to consume all if they get too close, lest they be consumed. In moments of depression, I forget that I can breathe. Suffocating seems so normal that my lungs forget the muscle memory of the in and out pattern of exchange of carbon dioxide to oxygen. My chest feels like a casket for my breath to bury itself in, saying I'm awesome. It's me pushing back the walls that are also closing in. Even when I stand outside to count to 10, all right, my therapist said just count to 10. It's easier than stomaching the statistics that over 800,000 people struggle to be all right. And those are our same students that we ask every morning, are they all right? Nearly one person every 40 seconds disappears into total darkness and eclipse, and nobody even notices. I embraced the moon's shadow once, split my wrist and tattooed over it. Put a semicolon for when life should have stopped, but continued. When it's crushing you, you ask, are you good? I empathize with Atlas. I know how the weight of the world feels on my shoulders. I want to explain on those days good. It's just getting out of bed that seems to be more quicksand than comfort that some mornings, sometimes the only good is the classroom that I can teach in. Good are the moments I get to ask kids, how are you? Days that I get to paint a smile that's often more times Joker than hero to me. On most days in these classrooms, I get to silence those fears. I become someone's hero. I get to show them that no matter how bad days are, for one day and 45 minutes to an hour, I get to be a hero. I get to restore, I get to love, and most of all, I get to be. All right, so, a lot of stuff out. I got videos on YouTube. Please press play. Look at those. It helps. But most of all, I have a CD out called Kaleidoscopes, which deals with mental illness, depression, and a lot of different issues in society. Please buy that. That's on iTunes. But more so, if you just want to give directly to me to further my projects, to further building out space, which I'm doing at Crosstown High School. Hey. So a lot of people ask, like, why Crosstown High School, right? Crosstown High School is literally in the middle of Memphis, right? There's the hood, there's the ghetto, there's the barrio, there's suburbia, there's Vietnamese, there's Chinese, there's Latinos. It's literally in the hub of everything that Memphis is. So I wanted to come to the literal heart of Memphis to do this work for my Memphians. I also love it because it's project-based learning. It's a place where they don't ask me, why are you doing it? They ask me, what do you think the results are gonna be? And that's important for a quirky teacher like me, and an educator that goes completely against the norms for the heart of the kids. But there's a donate button on my website. So this is the time I ask for you to take out your little cell phones or cellular devices and things like that. You know, I learned that from her. She was very pretty and it worked for her. So maybe if I get her back up here, maybe it'll work again. But just imagine me very slim. I'll walk on back to get this in here. All right, imagine the hair flowing in the wind. All right. All right, it's Urban Thoughts Poetry, and it's all spelled American, nothing fancy. Urban, U-R-B-A-N, thoughts like you're thinking, T-H-O-U-G-H-T-S. My students be so proud, like I want to spell it. Poetry, P-O-E-T-R-Y.com. Feel free to hit that button. Feel free to look up my projects. Feel free to embrace and love on some kids, because that's what I'm about. Thank you, St. Courts. Thank you, my family. Thank you, everybody who came out. I love y'all.